this will be the last episode of ReLearning to Dance. I never intended it to go on forever, but the problem is I kind of didn't know what my intentions were for this series, and that's made it really hard to edit the footage together. One thing I did want with this series is to put the emphasis on me as a dance teacher, not on the things that I'm teaching. And if you're a student and you've never taught dance before, you probably don't understand what I'm talking about. But teachers, I think you get what I mean. What I said in my first episode, where I introduced the problems that I have and why I feel I can't dance properly anymore, I talked about how I used to use dance. Well, I talked about how I used to use dance training as self-harm, but I also talked about how I use dance on the flip side of that, complete flip side, as a form of self-care, self-soothing, and just an outlet. And that's something that we all do. All us dancers, we dance to get it out. And that's what I wanted to reclaim. I wanted to be me, the dancer, not me, the teacher. And the problems I had with that were mostly to do with my body and the illnesses that I have, the conditions I have that prevent that, or at least hinder that from happening. But the problem is I never forgot how to dance. I never stopped physically being able to dance. The problem was I wasn't anywhere near as good as I used to be, or as good as I thought I should be. And therein lies the problem. The dance industry is so wonderful, it's so complicated, and there's so many different parts to the dance industry. I'm very firmly part of the dance education industry. I'm in the studio system here in Australia and in the competitive dance system in Australia. And I love that. I love adjudicating and I love teaching, but I also love dancing. I love to dance. And I feel like I started this series because I wasn't enjoying that part of it anymore, and that was huge because I'm a dancer. Of course I want to enjoy dancing, and I use it for my mental health recovery, so I need to do that. But there's also this other part of the dance industry that kind of comes in between those two. So you've got I haven't even talked about the other side of it. Sorry, we've got can you tell I'm nervous talking about this? I'm seriously, I've probably got, starting to get the heat rash. So, as well as this dance studio, dance education industry, which has the comps and things in it, there's also the dance performance industry. And that industry, there are way more people in that industry than there are jobs. So I'm talking any kind of performance of dance. There's not a lot of work out there worldwide. So what people have done is they're getting to that teaching part of their careers a lot earlier than a lot of other people, which means because there's more work in dance teaching than there is in dance performance. So many kids worldwide want to learn to dance and do enroll in classes. Huge industry. So it makes sense that when you're waiting for a paid dance gig, you'll be like, how do you fill up time? We go and teach. But what that means is you have a lot of people, not everybody, but you have a lot of young dancers. And when I say young dancers, I mean early 20s. Early to mid 20s is a young dancer, like a young working dancer, who doesn't want to be teaching. They want to be doing dancing on stage. They want to dance on Broadway. They want to dance on cruise ships. They want to do all of that, but they can't. So they've got to pay their bills, and they've devoted so much of their life to dancing and learning to dance. They're like, well, what do I do? So they teach. And that's great. That's actually how I got into it, because I wanted to be a performer, but it wasn't that I couldn't get the jobs. It's that my body didn't want me to do that professionally. So I was like, okay, I'll teach. And I love teaching. But these young teachers who want to be dancers are teaching, and I feel like a lot of them teach so that they can see themselves in the mirror. And it's like, well, that's great. You're a great dancer and we know that, but can you teach, and can you actually like turn away from the mirror and look at your students? This then brings me to masterclasses, and masterclasses are awesome. I think if you go into a masterclass, it's like a one-off thing, and it's not so much about the building the rapport and the ongoing relationship between teacher and student. It's more, because it's one-off, it's like, well, what can you teach them right here, right now? And a lot of that you have to rely on demonstrating in order to do that. So that's where I think a lot of these more frustrated performers who are out of work doing masterclasses, I get that. Because they want to dance and they want people to see them dance, and in a masterclass you can do that. Where this affects me, and this is totally my issue, I have a problem with, for the industry, I have a problem with those sorts of teachers going in and getting permanent work within a dance studio, because I think they're not ready for it. One, they haven't really had any actual how to teach training, and they also will drop that job in a second, in a heartbeat, if it means they get a professional contract. And that's not good for the dance ongoing studio industry. Masterclasses, go for it. Teach some classes in between contracts. I think it's an amazing thing to learn from someone who is in a show at that time or whatever. Anyway, the thing that grates me about it is that it then sets this precedent for studio teachers like myself, that we have to be able to physically dance like that. And people have been doing masterclasses like that when they're touring with the show or whatever. They've been doing that for decades. But what makes it hard is social media, because now we've got this culture of you go and do a masterclass and you film it and you post it out there to promote yourself as a teacher and a dancer, and then that becomes like, if you're a teacher you have to be able to dance like this, and it's all over Instagram, and I can't dance like that. I'm not Dusty Button. I'm not. And if you're watching this just because you're a friend of mine or a family member of mine and you don't know who Dusty Button is, it is actually somebody's name. I know, bless. Isn't it the worst name ever? But we love her. She's wonderful. She does great masterclasses. Great masterclasses. Yeah, so social media, I love it. And it's so good for getting information out there and getting inspiration to dancers out there and all of that. But I'm having this anxiety of, I can't possibly be a good dance teacher because I can't dance like that person. But I don't need to dance like that person to be a good teacher. And this is where it's all so freaking difficult for me with my mental health, because the reason I need to relearn to dance is not so that I can relearn the steps, it's so that I can relearn my emotional and my logical attachment, like my logical side of my brain, how that attaches to the steps. And I want to dance without that criticism in my brain that led me to use dance training as self-harm. But I keep comparing myself, and it wasn't even consciously comparing myself. I just thought I didn't have a place as a dance teacher because I can't do high kicks anymore, and I can't do fouettes and other second turns. And I watch a lot of stuff on social media, I watch a lot of YouTube, you know, and I feel like, well, just because Claudia Dean does these beautiful challenge videos where she has so much fun, and having her sister throw power balls at her while she tries to do these really difficult dance steps, because she can still do it and I can't. So it made me feel like, well, I don't have any business being on YouTube as a dance teacher and a coach and an instructor. And I was like, well, what do I bring? What am I doing? And I've been trying to edit this episode of ReLearning to Dance for so long, and I can't. And because I've got all this footage, and I'm like, I'm not actually relearning to dance because I'm not physically able to dance during this time because I'm going to get injections and I'm getting blood tests and I'm getting dry needling treatments and all of this stuff because my life is so centered around pain. And I'm not even talking emotional pain because I've got the emotional pain really well controlled. I have my monthly psych meetings and I can up that if I need to, and I'm on my medication, and I've got years of training in how to control the emotional state behind me and blah, blah, blah. So the emotional pain that like crippled me and kept me in bed for a whole year, that I've got under control. I'm talking physical pain because that's just what my life is. It's pain all the time. Like I'm gonna have a break from filming this, and I've only been filming for 11 minutes, and I'm gonna have a break so I can stand up and ease out my hip, but I can't stretch it out because if I stretch it too much, that's actually gonna cause more problems because that's how I got the hip problem in the first place. And this hip problem, that's a very, very rickety car out there. My original plan was to vlog me getting a handle on my arthritis, but I didn't, and I wanted to share that with people because a lot of dance teachers do deal with chronic injury pain. I don't think a lot deal with the type of arthritis that I have. The psoriatic arthritis affects, it can affect every single part of my body, and sometimes does. But dance teachers, you talk to your dance teacher, and if they are over the age of 30, and probably under, but if they're over the age of 30, I guarantee you they have an injury that is a chronic pain issue. Anyway, so that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to share this and show that treat your body nicer when you're training to be a dancer. Crap. Yeah, treat your body nicer, but I also I don't know, I just thought it was interesting. But I also wanted to lose weight. And that's something I never thought I would ever talk about on my channel, and I never will again. I don't want to talk about weight within the dance industry because it is so not needed, that conversation. I need to lose some weight so that I can relieve the pressure on my joints. I do weigh a bit more than a healthy weight for my body. I carry it really well, I know that. I know when people look at me, and I'm not asking you to tell me in the comments that, give me compliments, and that's not what I'm talking about. But I started, the actual thing that pushed me to vlog this series and do this ReLearning to Dance series was that I wanted to use dance exercising through dance to lose weight as my exercise thing. And but I didn't want to talk, but then I was like, I can't talk about weight loss. I don't want to talk about weight loss because I don't want weight to be as big an issue as it is in the dance world. And if you say it's not an issue and that there aren't eating disorders in the dance world, you are either completely luckily ignorant to that, or you are lying, because it is a problem. I'm not saying every dancer has an eating disorder, but it is so much more of a problem than we like to think about. And I have had an eating disorder myself. Talked about it in my first video of this series. I was bulimic from the age of 14 till the age of when I got my gallbladder taken out, which is when I was 21. And this was 7 years, and then I dabbled in it a little bit after that. It was always one of my go-tos for self-harm, always. When I started being bulimic, I was not only was I not overweight, I was probably painfully underweight. It was never about weight for me until I got older and actually put on person weight. Then it became well, hopefully the bulimia can control that. But I don't want people to value me by my size, whether that size is big or small or somewhere in between. That's not what I want to be valued on. I want to have a healthier relationship to my body in every aspect, and that also includes, it's not just the not using dance training as self-harm, it's also my weight. Because yeah, I have extra weight and I don't have the ideal dancer body, but what even is the ideal dancer body and why is it there? And I don't want to get into that because I don't. It's not something I'm going to be an advocate for or against, because I genuinely believe behind all of that and behind all of everything that I'm talking about is this enormous, debilitating, stunting pressure on girls and women in our society to be a particular way. And I don't want to enter into that. I don't want to lose a whole heap of weight and get to a healthier, things are easing the pressure on my joints and be happy with myself, and then have people all of a sudden respect what I say more. Because what I say has nothing to do with my body. I don't want my worth to be tied up in my body, because so much of my body has been abused by me, by other people, by So I'm not going to do this series anymore. This is the last episode. What I am going to do is vlog. I want to show you my life because I think my life is interesting. I know as far as the psoriatic arthritis community, the autoimmune disease community, and by community I mean the people who have those diseases and the doctors and medical staff that treat that community. I know what I do for a job is bizarre and so unheard of. So I want to vlog my life for those people, for my fellow arthritis warriors. And I'm not doing this so that I can say to you, come on, you can be more active. It's not about that at all. I want to show you just how I live with this condition and how it has affected my plans for my life, my dreams, the things I wanted to do, but also how it hasn't affected it, because I just won't effing let it, because I'm a stubborn bitch. So I'm making it for those people, but I'm also doing it for my family and friends so that they can see what I genuinely go through. And I'm making it for my students because I know a lot of younger dancers and younger people look up to me, and I'd say, oh, I don't know why they do, but I do know why, because I put out this aura of confidence that I'm really happy with myself and who I am, and it's not that I'm saying that's not true. It is true, but my whole life people have judged me and often come to conclusions, more times than not, come to conclusions where I'm like, that's so not true of me. Even people who know me really well. And I'm not trying to be an inspiration to people. I just want to be authentic, because I think authenticity is so important, and authenticity comes from stories that are not the norm. Having normal stories and average stories, or the stories you hear all the time, yeah, they're normal as well. They're authentic, as well. But you don't hear a lot about dancers with chronic autoimmune pain conditions like psoriatic arthritis. And because it's not really something you can do, and B, you can't have this and do a dance session. It's painful. And I think it can be really relatable to a lot of people in the dance industry, but also in the arthritis power warrior community, because dance, we strive for perfection. It's even though we say, you know, there's now this big thing about how the imperfections in your dancing can be the beautiful moments and the artistry and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, but we still strive for the perfect triple turn. That's just what we do. We still want perfect feet. And we ignore injuries. We dance through pain. Our pain threshold as dancers is so much higher than normal people who aren't dancers. It just is. It's so much higher. We don't take care of our bodies, and our bodies from the groups that we're in aren't as taken care of. We have glamorized this ability to push through. It's like, and I'm going to prove it to you right now. Think of a time, this is to the dancers listening, think of a time where you have had an injury but you still went on stage. Or you were sick with the flu but you still went on stage. We all have that story. And what I want you to focus on is how proud of yourself were you? And how much was that rewarded? Even by that teacher that was like, you really shouldn't dance on an injury. But they're still secretly really proud of you because you didn't let your team down, and the show must go on. The show must go on no matter what. I think that ethos is so dangerous, but also very commendable, and that's the problem. I don't know, it's so tricky to talk about this. So what I wanted to do with this last episode of ReLearning to Dance is show you footage of me dancing. I've got a lot of, I did a lot of the videos, following YouTube videos and different styles. The one I want to show you is the one that I was like, why not? Give this hip hop thing a go. I've taught hip hop. It's not my number one skill set as far as being a dance teacher goes. But I do know a lot about hip hop, and I know how to teach it. I would never teach it at a senior advanced level. Never teach it at that level. I'm not confident as a hip hop dancer myself, and that's why I want to show you this video, because I had a lot of fun doing this, because I didn't do much hip hop training as a young dancer, so I don't have a damaging connection to hip hop steps in the same way that I do to ballet or jazz or even tap, because it wasn't part of I don't have any memories, basically, is what I'm saying. I don't have any memories of using my hip hop classes and training as self-harm, because I barely did any of those classes when I was younger. A lot of my hip hop style, street style dancing that I did was for shows, like corporate gigs, or literally at a club dancing, or just with other dancer friends when I was an adult, and it was always just that bit more fun. Or it was putting on a film clip and learning the dance in our living room. So much of my hip hop training and hip hop education was a lot more fun. It was more just, I did it because I wanted to, not because I was working towards a career. I had a lot of fun doing this particular video. I just wanted to do hip hop. I thought it'd be funny. I think it is funny. The video is, it is what it is. I had fun doing it. Anyway, enjoy me doing the hip hop thing.
Hard to the body like karate. Hard to the body like karate.
Hey YouTube! Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Lucy Fink. Give this video a thumbs up if you're excited to watch us dance, and also comment below and let me know what else you want to see on this
Very
channel.
peppy.
I'm here with Sarah Burke from Obey Fitness, and she's gonna teach me and you a dance right now, right here. Yes, that's right, you guys. So I'm gonna break down the choreography 8x8, step by step. And if at any point you feel like you're moving just a little too fast, no worries. Just rewind the video until you feel comfortable. Feel free to use us as your mirror. Yes. So if I say right hand, it's gonna be your right hand, and left is their left, which is our right.
Oh wow, that's so
You
peppy.
can hear is that you can just stop this video, rewind.
I'm here in my
rewind
black.
150,000 times. Honestly, I'm grateful for
They're
all
all-
of you. So just do whatever it is you want. Have fun and just learn it. Well, as I say, when in doubt, twerk it out. Let's do this. Oh, she did it. So if we can cut the music, we're just going to
That's not
break
my
it down
motto.
for you. So I'm gonna show it first, and then I'll break it down. So you're gonna give me 1, 2, 3, and 4, and a 5, and a 6, and a 7, and a 8. Your turn. All right, I'm doing that. Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
So you're gonna step out with your left foot first. 1, and then with your right. 2. First 2 steps done. Hey, oh, that's it. You won. 5, 6, 7. Left foot goes. 1, 2.
Easy.
Just like that. Oh, pro. Let's do it again. 5, 6, 7. Left foot goes, and 1, 2. That's good. Now from here, you're gonna jump. 3 and just a cute crisscross. Oh, nice. 3 and 3. Hey, that's it. So you're gonna give me 3 and then on 4 you're gonna clap. Because who doesn't love a clap in the middle of the choreo? Nobody doesn't love it. 1, 2. You're gonna give me a cute crisscross. 3 and 4. And that's right. It is an and. You're welcome. And 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, and. Oh yeah. That was
Okay,
such a solid
feeling it in
clap.
the knees, but that's okay.
From here, after you clap, you're gonna bring in that left knee. 5. Hey, ooh. Bring in that right. That's right. So you're gonna pull it in, pull it in. So it's gonna go 5, 6, and you're gonna give me a roll.
Never been great at
7, and then drop it lower. 8.
When we do this knee thing, are we pulling our arms in with it like
Yes,
this?
please. Yes, please. Yes, please.
You know, my thighs are a little sore.
If you're watching this and your thighs are sore, just know it's my
Probably
fault.
won't help. But actually, you know, tell me when we're starting.
I'll always count you in. Ready? 5, 6, 7, left. Give me left, give me right. Ow. Did you do it? Yeah.
I feel awkward when it gets to this
From the
bit.
top. Hey. 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, sorry, not yet. Sorry, I missed. 5, 6. Now here we go. Hey, hey. Did you all breathing though?
I wasn't breathing.
Am I doing that thing where I stick my tongue out the whole
Gotta get
time?
oxygen to the brain. Hey. I got that flow there. 5, 6, 7, here you go. 3 and 4, bring it in, then roll it on down.
Okay, that felt better.
So good. Let's do the next thing. Okay, ready? So you have 1, 2, 3, and 4. You drive it 5, 6, and a 7, 8.
Ooh.
Oh, that was just so
nice
showing.
one.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm like, she's
You
guys
gotta
like
put
that.
it over your chest. 1,
1,
2.
2.
Yeah, that's it. Which is gonna
awful.
feel great because you just went lower, lower. Ugh.
Yeah, it's like after you get down and your legs are just about done squatting, you get to stand up straight.
From here, you're gonna step out with your left. 3 and 4. You're gonna tuck that right. Oh, perfection. Bam. That's it.
That's kind of like a cheerleader move.
Hey, that's it. That's
I
it.
like it.
One, 2, 3, 4. Bring it in, and bring it on lower. And 1, 2, and a 3, and a 4. We should just finish.
What am I
this.
doing?
Okay, yeah. 3 and a 4. You're gonna drive it over. 5, 6. So you're gonna go right, left. 8. And then you're just gonna stick it back out. 7. Cross her 8. Whew. Lost my balance there.
We're
You
driving
drive
the
it.
car. We're actually taking our left hand and going, drive
Yes.
the car.
It might be a
Back
spaceship.
it up, move it forward.
5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Bring it in, then bring it on low. 1, 2, and a 3, and a 4. Drive it 5, 6, and a 7.
Oh wait.
Yeah, that was so good. I hope you guys are having fun too at home. Yeah, if you're having fun,
I am having
comment
fun.
below and let us know. Listen, you should just dance like no one's watching. Oh wait, are you at home watching YouTube?
No one is watching.
Go crazy,
And you know what? If you do want someone to watch, record yourself, put it on social media, tag us.
Oh my God, we would love to see
We
it.
will repost it.
Always.
On my
I was
own.
just about to go, no, I'm not doing that, not chance. But that's literally what I'm going to do.
They do.
I love this song. I got that motion.
5, 6, left foot. And bring it down, up and over, to the left, drive.
It's that foot thing at the end!
Never done.
Ever? Oh my God, thank you.
Back
5, 6, 7. Woo! You breathing? I am. You know, I kind of like the idea.
Amazing.
Ladies and gentlemen, so after you cross it, 8. I'll show you. You ready?
Oh, God, more?
You have. Pivot 1, 2, put it back 3, 4, slide it 5, bring it up 6, drop it 7, 8. Should we take it from that blanket?
Yeah,
1,
yeah,
2,
yeah.
then a 3 and a 4, 5,
Okay.
6, 7, 8, up and over 1, 2 to the left, drive it 5, 6, then 7, cross it, pivot 1, 2 and a 3 and a 4, slide it 5.
What am I doing?
6, drop it 7, 8, 5, 6, drop it 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, drive it 5, 6, and 7, cross it 8, bring it on. Yes, 3, 4, 5, 6, drop it 7, 8.
Before we
Alright.
move on,
Oh yeah.
I need a sip of water.
Okay. Apparently I can't drive a car. Anyone who knows me is like, oh, don't get me started, Claire, but shh, I'm a very good driver, Shut up. Da, da, da. So this part. No, see, I keep going, I want that to go full. Isn't that where it goes? No, it comes in. Feet come in, then it's back, then it's forward. Alright. Ba, ba, da. Step together, take it back, take it forward, turn around. I'm going to add a tiny little step there because this leg won't pivot safely. So from here, I'm going to go 1, 2, no, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm taking that too fast, aren't I? 3, 4. So they just slide the left leg through on 5. I'm going to step on the right leg so that I can get that knee from here around. 5, 6. That feels much more comfortable on that dodgy knee. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bam! See? Just add that little step in. That's just for me though. You wouldn't even know.
Okay, so 5, 6, 7, left foot goes. 1, 2, 3, and 5. Give me left, give me right. Then roll it on down. And 1, 2 to the left. Drive it. And 7, let's pivot. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Up 6, drop 7. One more time and then
Yes!
5, 6, 7, 8, left. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7. Roll it on down. And 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, and a 7. Let's pivot. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. And drop it up. I got that flow.
I made so many mistakes then, but you just keep going.
Up and over. 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7. Pivot. 1, 2, 4, and 5, 6.
Okay.
You ready?
That was fun. Like, I actually had fun dancing. Heart rate up. Shut up, don't do that face, Claire. What are you doing?
Five, six, seven, left. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, left. And 1, 2, and then 3, 4. From here, you're gonna give me 2 jumps. Cross it out. Hey, can I say? Yeah. I did left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jump it. Jump it.
That feels so
Left
ridiculous. I have to
in,
get down.
Work it
Down,
out.
Claire.
You jump back out and you give me this amazing fist pump. 7 and 8. So you go. Oh, it's that fast? Of course, you're welcome. We did it. Yes. That's the whole choreo, you guys. We did it.
All right.
That's it.
Let's
Pivot like Ross from Friends. Exactly.
Friends joke. Love you.
5, 6, 5, 6, 7, pivot 1, 2, and then 3, and then 4, slide it 5, whoop, 6, drop 7, left leg 1, 2, 3, jump it 5, 6, then end up with the twirl. 4 8 counts down in the book. I didn't even feel it. None of that matters.
All the same places.
5, 6, 7. Are you guys breathing? Left pivot. Hey, hey. Left leg. Nutcracker.
I'm dying. This is cardio for me.
Listen, dancing, it's everything. All right, last few times to marathon it, and then that's it. Don't forget about your intro too.
Possible.
You're allowed to move before the choreo.
Should we choreograph our intro?
Oh, Millie Rock. Hey, 5, 6, 7. Hey, hey, and bring it down. Woo, hey. Up and left. Jump. Dance, check it out.
Okay, that was cool. I liked that. I'm done.